From conquering the Bundesliga with a record-breaking 97 points to securing the Champions League, DFB Pokal and the DFL Super Cup with an outstanding 120 plus goals in the season. But that's not all. We also explore the art of dominating the Premier League, boasting 105 points and losing just one game, all while lifting the Community Shield and averaging a staggering 3.39 goals per match. Get ready for a tactical journey inspired by the brilliant minds of Pep Guardiola and Julian Nagelsmann as we delve into my FM23 masterpiece, a short, elegant, tiki-taka style of football that oozes attacking prowess. So this is going to be Julian Guardiola. Now I know I'm in my dressing gown, it's like 3 AM in the morning, but I am adamant to get this out for you guys. I'm having a ton of fun making content at the moment. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. If you are, it is the perfect time to drop a like on the video and do subscribe. I want to also quickly thank all of the beautiful names coming down the screen right now. These are going to be new or existing Patreon members. We're currently sitting at 190 Patreons. Absolutely mind-blowing. It means the world to me. If you do want to join it, you can feel free by clicking the link in the description below. This is basically a sort of support way of showing some love to the channel, where also you get access to all 3 of these wonderful tactics. You get early video and tactic release. You get priority in the tactic and rebuild requests, one-on-one tactical help, and also I am going to start rolling a lot of exclusive giveaways on there. So do check it out. The link's going to be in the description and also on the screen. But let's talk about this tactic. So it is going to feature a 4-2-3-1. Therefore, as you can imagine, some things are going to change. But let's talk about the sweeper keeper, which is going to be on support, simply on the default instruction. The wing back on the right is going to be also on support, on cross aim center, and also stay wider. I suppose I should quickly say the inspiration behind this tactic, in case you're wondering. Firstly, tons and tons of requests from you guys to see this happen, and I've simply taken some inspiration from the Nagelsmann 4-2-3-1 I done and the Pep 4-2-3-1 and merged them as much as I can together while still getting a tactic that does perform very, very well. Moving forward, now that's cleared up, the ball-playing defender on the right is going to be on dribble more, your Nagelsmann Upacano role, a little bit of, expressive sort of freedom in the team, and to be fair, City do also let their centre-backs have some type of a license to make progressive passes and dribble with the ball, so it does fit really, really well. A ball-playing defender comes in on the left-hand side as well, simply though on defend. A very, very crucial role in this team, and will make a lot more sense when we change this role, is going to be the wing-back on attack. This is going to be your Alphonso Davies-esque role. On take more risks, cross aim center, dribble more, and also stay wider. Making up the 2 deep players in midfield, we're going to have a DM, your Joshua Kimmich, on defend, on tackle harder, or also could be that sort of Rodri role. A very, very good role to protect this back 4. It's not going to be a central midfield player. He's also going to be dragged down to here, and he is going to be a deep lying playmaker who is simply going to be on the default instruction. So nice and simple, easy to follow, and it is going to work very, very well. But that midfield really did work well together. As you can see here, we actually finished second in the passes completed, coming in at 20,228. Because to complete the triangle, let's do it. We are going to change this from a Tricaster, I always butcher the name, please educate me in the comments, to a shadow striker who is simply going to be on the default instructions. So again, nice and easy to follow, and if you guys are wondering why this one hasn't got instructions either, he essentially does exactly what I want him to do anyway. Dribble with the ball, take some risks, get into channels, exactly what I want him to do, he already does. Therefore, he does not need any additional instructions. On the right-hand side, we're going to have a winger on cross-aim centre, and on the left-hand side, we're going to actually change it from this role to an inside forward on support who is going to be on roam from position. So now this makes a lot more sense, as this inside forward is going to be in this position here. He's going to be cutting inside, allowing this wing back to really get further forwards and cause tons of issues. And to finish it off, the cherry on top, the advanced forward on attack on shoot more often. But as you can see here, the attack and sort of 4 players, if you want to say, do work really well together, as we averaged 3,839 final third passes. Now over to the in possession tab, and by the way guys, this is going to be based off a tiki-taka style on a positive mentality, just to make that very clear. The attack and width is going to be set to fairly wide, alongside of an overlap left and play out of defence option, a very, very sort of mixed sort of bag between the managers, both playing out from the back. The overlap left is more focused on getting the most out of that Alphonso Davies sort of esque role, so that is a much needed addition to this tactic. The tempo is going to be set to slightly higher, one off the max, and the passing directness is going to be set down to shorter. Now, with this sort of mindset, Nagelsmann, I would say, would have the tempo maxed all the way out, but with compromised, Pep probably wouldn't, so we've gone down by 1, and the passing directness we are going to have to shorter, because again, Pep would probably have it all the way down, Nagelsmann not necessarily, so we've sort of done a lot of compromisation to get this tactic to work really, really well inside of the game. And to finish it off, we're going to have mixed crosses, and of course, work ball into the box, which is relevant for both managers. The data hub looked really attractive as well, playing this way, with 3.39 goals a game, conceded at 0.61, a very good pass completion of 87%, and getting on for 25 shots a game. In terms of in transition, we're going to be having 3 additional instructions. That is going to be counter press, counter, and take short goal kicks. The thought process behind this is that Ederson does have the license to sometimes basically kick the ball where he wants, because he has got the best distribution in the Premier League, so I don't want to restrict him to where he is passing the ball. And in terms of the out of possession tab, of course it is going to be the high pressing line of engagement, and alongside of that, the high defensive line with the maxed out trigger press, and also preventing short goalkeeper distribution. This is a great example of that 4-2-3-1 and how good it is at playing in the big games. This DFB Pokal final against Bayer Leverkusen, we dismantled them in 4-0 fashion. A very comfortable game as Sane plays the ball over the top into the new man Harry Kane. And yeah, when you're 2-0 up at this point in the game, not really much more Leverkusen can do. And all they can do is concede a further 2 goals, as it is going to be elegant play down the left into the middle again. Harry Kane gets his second of the game. And at this point, the game could may as well have been called off, but we have time for one more goal. Thomas Muller ball through into Harry Kane to get the hat-trick. We're now going to go over the more sort of attacking Nagelsmann-based system. He actually used this at RB Leipzig, so that is where the inspiration comes from. Again, I have got some Pep influence in here when and if I can, but it is going to start off with a sweeper keeper on defend, a central defender on the right-hand side, simply on defend, a libero comes in. I always get excited because I rarely get to use them, on support, and a central defender on the left-hand side, simply on defend. So a nice mixed bag at the back. The left back is going to consist of a complete wing back on support, on take more risks, cross aim centre and dribble more, and on the right hand side a wing back on support, on cross aim centre and also stay wider. Both fullbacks providing the width in this very narrow system. In the middle we're going to opt for a deep lying playmaker, simply on support, and a box-to-box midfielder, simply on support. A nice mixture of sort of roles in this team, what they're going to be doing, and it really all links in to complete a very complete tactic. Going forwards, we're going to have 2 shadow strikers. On the left, we've got one that is going to be more focused on sort of a narrow approach, pretty much the default shadow striker, as it says on the tin. And on the right-hand side, we're going to have one a little bit more roamy, a player that can sort of drift out here, link up play, and obviously form a triangle here between the box-to-box and the wing-back. And to finish it off, the pressing forward on attack, on shoot more often. And that is going to give you a very attacking 3-at-the-back system, where essentially the wing-backs are almost going to be constantly pushed up into this area here. So it also maintains very good levels of possession, because there's always a player to pass to. But this 3-at-the-back, guys, really is goals galore. I'm going to run some highlights now in this 8-0 stampeding over Sheffield United. I mean, it is against a weak team. We are Man City, but I have got full faith you can replicate this with a weaker team on a little bit of a smaller scale. But every situation we got in, we had so many players in the box that were desperate to get the goals. You can see here, at some speed to be granted, we absolutely were pasting Sheffield. So many players in the box. I mean, you look here. I'll pause it for a second. Walker plays that ball in. We've obviously got to go to Erling Haaland. We've got 2 players in the box that could have gone to 4 actually. 4 players in the box. We've got 2 players on the edge, and there's actually 2 right near Kyle Walker. It is so attacker minded, and it will dominate the games you go into. And to finish it off, Erling Haaland. In terms of the team instructions, again, it is going to be a positive mentality on fairly narrow when it comes to the attack and width. We're going to pass the ball into space, focus play through the middle while playing out from the back. So that is literally Nagelsmann all over. A bit more direct approach, and also we have obviously packed out that sort of centralised midfield. So it makes sense to focus the play through the middle. Passing directness is going to be set to shorter alongside of that higher tempo, which is going to be obviously again a more Nagelsmann sort of based theme. A very aggressive 3-at-the-back system which utilises a very high pressing style to win the ball back and simply run at the opponents. And to finish it off, we're going to have mixed crosses and work ball into the box. In terms of in transition, we're going to have counter press, distribute quickly, distribute to the centre backs, and also take short goal kicks. And in terms of the out of possession, it's actually going to remain exactly the same because both managers do rock that higher defensive line, the high press and line of engagement, a lot more on the trigger press, and also prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And last but definitely not least, that is going to be the more Pep-themed 3-2-4-1, obviously an even more attacking variant really, as now we literally don't have fullbacks, we have wingers, so it is a lot more attacking minded, so do bear that in mind, but it does work really well inside of the game. And again, I have tried to get a little bit of a Nagelsmann sort of theme in here as well, but sometimes it is hard to link in managers, you know, but I have done my best, I really have. We're going to have a sweeper keeper on defend, a central defender simply on defend, a libero, which is going to be on support, a ball-playing defender, which is going to be also on the default instruction. So this is going to be a very, very nice mixed bag now, as we do actually feature 3 different roles in the team. And it's not just to be different, it does work really, really well. You're going to have this player here who's going to be a little bit deeper. You're going to have a sort of a no-nonsense, not officially a no-nonsense, but a sort of a no-nonsense central defender, and one ball-playing defender that is going to take more risks with the passing, which is obviously quite an important thing to have in the team. Going forwards, we're going to have a DM on defend, on obviously tackle harder, and a deep lying playmaker simply on support. Now, very crucial in this formation because they have to protect the back three, obviously a lot more vulnerable when it does come to the defensive element of the game. So having this DM to protect them is a much needed necessity in this team. So definitely do not change that role. In terms of the 4 here, we're going to have a winger on the right on roam from position, an advanced playmaker on support on roam from position and move into channels. A shadow striker comes in as well on the default, and on the left hand side a winger on support on roam from position. And the reason why these players are on roam from position 3 out of the 4 is because Pep Guardiola is all about positional play, roaming in different areas, making it practically untraceable for a team to know where players are going to be, and it's basically impossible to defend against. So replicating that inside of FM, the best way to do it is tell a lot of the players to roam and sort of get into different areas because it's so hard for the AI to defend against. And to finish it off, the advanced forward on attack on shoot more often. Of course, we've got some team instructions to discuss. That is going to be a positive mentality, fairly wide on the attack and width. We're going to play out from the back while having shorter passing and also a slightly higher tempo. Alongside of this, we're going to dribble less because Pep Guardiola is more about a possession sort of base theme, and having dribble less makes that happen really well inside of the game. And to finish it off, we're going to have work ball into the box, which actually does remain on all 3 of these tactical variants, alongside of mixed crosses. In transition, we're going to offer a counter-pressing mentality. On this occasion, we are going to play to the centre-back, so it's a little bit less risk, basically a lot less risky, to put it bluntly to you guys, because when you have got 3 at the back, you may as well play to them 3 at the back because there's more of them to play to, and then they can build up the ball slowly into that midfield and then progress it to this lovely 4 here. And while doing that, we're going to take short goal kicks. Lastly, in the team instructions, out of possession, we're still going to have that higher defensive line, the high press and line of engagement more often, and prevent short goalkeeper distribution. That is going to give you guys 3 fantastic Pep x Nagelsmann, Julian Guardiola, whatever you want to say, tactics. I do apologise for the wait, but there are so many tactics right now, but please do keep the comments coming on tactics you want to see, because I can also take them into FM24 and make them a priority when that beta does drop. If you have enjoyed today's video, ignore the dressing gown, but please do leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and also we are now live on YouTube, so if you see me live, please do come over and say hi, because I love to interact with you guys. But enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.